A glimmer of hope in the Middle East. Israel and Hamas reach a historic deal. In a dramatic turn of events, Israel and Hamas have finally agreed to a deal that could potentially end the devastating 2-year war in Gaza. But here's where it gets controversial. The agreement, brokered by President Trump, involves a hostage and prisoner exchange, with Israel releasing Palestinian prisoners in return for Israeli hostages held by Hamas. This long-awaited breakthrough has sparked both hope and skepticism, as the specifics of the deal remain shrouded in uncertainty. The deal, a complex web of negotiations. After months of stalled talks and escalating violence, President Trump announced that both parties had agreed to the first phase of his ambitious 20-point peace plan. This phase includes the withdrawal of Israeli troops to an agreed-upon line and the exchange of hostages for prisoners. However, the lack of clarity surrounding the details has left many questioning the deal's feasibility. For instance, Israel's initial statements omitted any mention of a troop pullback, and Prime Minister Netanyahu's assurance that all Israeli hostages would return home lacked specifics. A ray of hope for Gaza's residents. For the people of Gaza, this agreement offers a glimmer of hope after years of suffering. Montazer Baha, an English teacher displaced in Khan Yunis, expressed a mix of emotions, joy for the potential end of the war and sorrow for the immense losses endured. As families like Baha's eagerly await the truce, the world watches with bated breath, hoping this deal will bring an end to the bloodshed. Trump's bold plan, a 20-point roadmap to peace. President Trump's 20-point peace plan, unveiled in September, is a sweeping proposal aimed at ending the war and addressing the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. It calls for the exchange of Israeli hostages for 250 Palestinian prisoners serving life sentences and 1,700 Gazans jailed during the conflict. The plan also envisions a Council of Peace to oversee Gaza's redevelopment and ensure a terror-free zone. However, this is the part most people miss. The plan requires Hamas to disarm and relinquish its role in Gaza's governance, conditions that Hamas has historically resisted. The road ahead, challenges and uncertainties. As the world celebrates this historic deal, questions linger. Will Hamas comply with the disarmament demands? How will Gaza be governed post-war, and what guarantees are in place to prevent future conflicts? President Trump's optimism is palpable, but his focus on tariffs and domestic policies during interviews has left many craving more details about the agreement's implementation. A controversial interpretation, the role of international pressure. A subtle yet controversial interpretation arises when examining the role of international pressure in this deal. Israel's strike on Hamas representatives in Qatar, an American ally, sparked outrage and motivated President Trump to pressure Prime Minister Netanyahu into supporting a peace framework. This incident highlights the complex dynamics at play and raises questions about the influence of external powers in shaping the conflict's resolution. As we reflect on this historic agreement, one thought-provoking question remains. Can a deal brokered under such intense international pressure truly lead to a lasting and just peace in the Middle East? The answer may lie in the hands of those who will shape the region's future, but for now, the world waits with cautious optimism.